your team, Barcelona. What do you think? Where do you think should be strengthened? What position do you think needs that strengthening this summer?
Yeah, I feel left back, right back.
Of course.
Yes, sub players. I feel in the starters right now are actually very very good. And then I think a left winger. Because I feel Rafinha he showed that he could go off. There are some particular game this season like he hasn't been exceptional, but he like I feel the inter first leg and second leg too. I feel he wasn't all that, but he popped up the goal and this type of season he has had. He can play utter rubbish and probably the goal or assist somewhere in there. So I feel Barcelona should actually left back, right back, left winger, and a number nine. But the number nine one is I have I genuinely doubt it's going to be happening because I feel Lewandowski is renewing his contract for one more year. So wait till Lewandowski moves on. And I genuinely think it's going to be a big issue because I feel he's going to be dropping next season. Although he has been missing a whole lot of chances for a while.
Oh, well.
But I think age is going to be catching up with him. He's not a certain Ronaldo that will be scoring in the top 5 European leagues at 37. I think he's going to be 37 next year. So personally, like you said, Isak is a player who actually like. I feel for me, he suits the Barcelona way.
System.
Yes, I feel he's very fast. He does all that. He latches onto balls and all that. But I don't know. Maybe Barcelona may not do that. I highly doubt.
You don't know.
I highly doubt they are even going to do that. I feel they are going to be sticking with Lewandowski for next season. Then the sub left winger, we saw the talk about Nico Williams, but I feel does the Barcelona train come knocking around this second time, and I genuinely don't know. With the season that Rafinha had, with Nico Williams, look at it and say, oh, they are probably going to put him on the bench because Rafinha had a very very good season. So I don't know. Maybe move Rafinha. Personally, if I say what I have in my mind, it's going to be very very funny.
Oh yeah,
I feel Dani Olmo should be sold. I feel Dani Olmo should be sold.
Dani Olmo.
Yes.
Why?
And Rafinha moved central and signed Nico Williams. That's the perfect way because I feel Dani Olmo is in the Inter Milan game. You could say, oh, we expected him to play way better. A whole lot of talk about Barcelona fans. He's the key to unlocking the deep block. But I feel he was very very underwhelming. Apart from the one goal he scored in the second leg. First leg he even had to be taken out for a certain Fermin Lopez who we say is lower than the hierarchy compared to him, and he had a better game all round. So I feel if that's what's going to happen, and we have heard a whole lot of talk about Liao, I feel Liao is sort of he's like Lamine Yamal in a particular way that he's dribbling his biggest asset.
And he not really have any end
yes.
product.
Yes. So I feel it's going to be a very very funny move. And then for the left back position, more I think about it, more I think I'm setting with Gerard Martin for next season. Or maybe push up a La Masia player because I feel left back. Or maybe if a certain Grimaldo is coming back to the Barcelona side, although he's going to be for very, very little money. I think he's already 30. So you will not actually say he'll be a bench player, maybe a rotational player. And for the right back position, like I said, Van der Seen is one player from Monaco. And a player from La Liga too, Ratio from Rayo Vallecano. I feel he's sort of a player, he has a good shot on him. He could also play left back too. So I feel if Barcelona could sign him too, he plays left back, right back. As you saw. 1 for 2. I think 1 for 2, I mean 2 in 1. I don't even know. Yes, 2 in 1.
2 in 1.
Yes, he will to fit into positions.
Yeah, I think that's all about Barcelona. Now let's look at the big dogs. The Real Madrid, that's just one enemy or something. So now let's look at Real Madrid. Of course, they've confirmed the signing of Jean Oysén from Bournemouth and the 20-year-old. They triggered this 50 million release clause. So now that the defense has actually kind of been their biggest hole this season. They've kind of leaked a lot of goals and that kind of affected them. That's just what happens when you have like a strong attack and your defense is really bad. And just have to know injuries has played a part and Cavada will be back next season. This Jean Oysén as well. I think it's going to be partnering
Militao or Rudiger.
Militao or Rudiger. I don't know if Militao is actually reliable because he's just coming back from ACL. You might
Yeah.
not want to stress him and just ease him into the into the game and everything like that. So for me, defense and midfield, I think the attack is still doing. If they
Yeah,
can
very, very
retain,
good.
they can still retain maybe Rodrigo. Even without, they have the young boys,
Adagula,
Aregula and
Anko,
the
Hendrick.
Hendrick, yeah, Hendrick.
Yeah.
So they think the attack is not even
Yeah,
an issue.
I doubt the attack
So
is going to
I
be
think
an
they're going
issue.
to probably retain Kylian Mbappe as their striker,
Yeah.
and he's actually putting in a lot of numbers. He's
Yeah.
even
28 goals this season.
scored more goals than
In the
Ronaldo
league.
did in his debut
Yeah.
season. So that's something they will be really proud of, and defense and midfield. So what do you think?
Yeah, there's talk about signing. I feel CB is sort of set, and maybe right back with Alexander Arnold and Kawaya coming back into. And then they talk about signing Alvaro Carreras from Benfica. I watched him in the games Benfica played against Barcelona this season. I think he was one of the left backs who I could say who sort of matched Lamine Yamal for pace and all that. So I feel yes, a very, very good signing, although it's going to cost a whole lot of money. And
I don't think they mind because they've actually been getting a lot of free transfers lately.
yes.
So if they actually go to the bank and spend this cash that they have,
Yeah, so
something might really happen.
yeah,
For them.
he actually improved their team. So I feel signing Alvaro Carreras as a left back is a very, very interesting one. I feel he's one for the future too. He's also one that could cover up for now, also cover up for the future. And also, I feel that's the main issue in their defense personally because I feel next season we could see Xabi Alonso most likely coming into the team. We don't know how. We know he's going to try to play a 3-man at the back. So yes, we say Hoisin, Militao, Rudiger, or Hoisin, Alaba, Rudiger, or Hoisin, Asensio, Rudiger. Yeah, so that could be. Let's say that is settled.
Yeah,
And I feel Mendy should be moved on because I feel if you look at his stats, if you compare his stats with other left backs, even with a certain Gerard Martin has been better than him. I feel it's very, very funny, but I feel and he's also been injured a whole lot of times. So I feel yes, Mendy, or maybe take a deputy position to Alvaro Carreras, who's going to most likely be coming to Real Madrid because I feel it's going to be very hard for a player that Madrid to knock at your door and you now say,
not say no.
yes.
And the thing is, there's this Madrid that have even rival fans can only just they can't really attack Real Madrid. They only attack their own players. Isn't that weird? When you know that this is the team that is actually bringing in or dragging your player away from you, and the only thing you can do is just yell at the player. Why not attack the team?
I don't know. They don't see Madrid is higher than them.
Yeah.
Yes, and the player wants you to move higher up. It's not really a bad thing to fans, except he's going for a free like Alexander Arnold. But I think a lot of Liverpool fans complain about that. So I feel that's the only issue. And I feel Carreras comes in for the left back, and I feel they are set for the next 6, 7, 8 years.
Are you sure? Because that midfield though, with Chalmeni and Kamavinga doing rubbish, not doing so well.
I was even coming there. There's a particular midfielder in Stuttgart that have actually liked Angelo Stiller, but Madrid have also been linked to him. I feel he's also. I still remember talking on my Twitter account. I
see Madrid hijacking a lot of views from teams this season.
Yes. Because I feel they'll be going for players they actually need. And their attack is
and they like statement signings. They like big
yes,
names,
all those type of things.
Yeah, so.
But it's still sort of a big name. Still has a midfielder that allows the team tick. I think in general, I wanted City to sign him instead of Nico. But City went for Nico for sure, no issue. And I was also happy with it because a certain amount of money came to the Barcelona side too. So that was a good one for me. But I think Stiller is a very, very interesting midfielder. He's a DM. I think he plays with his left and he controls the game. And I think that's what Madrid has been lacking. He's also German, so just like Toni Kroos, and sort of what Toni Kroos has done for them. I feel if Toni Kroos was
found his replacement
so I feel he's sort of a replacement for Toni Kroos and allows the team tick and all that. I feel they have the same. If you look at the other midfielder, I think there's no controller. The only controller is that he could say is in team is a certain Luka Modric. And Modric is very, very old. And maybe Ceballos. And Ceballos, I feel he has games in, let's say, in bursts. He would have 5 good games.
And then disappears.
Yes. So I feel doing better than him is something that should actually be done. I feel if Madrid actually gets their midfield right, it's going to be
really, really tough for any other person to compete against them. So, before we wrap up the video, the final but not the least team to talk about is Manchester United. And in just thought, because we will start with this one, we will use like another one, and I don't want that to happen. So just like in 2 or 3 sentences, what is done with Manchester United? Is it the manager? Is it the players? And what should be done this summer?
I feel it's the players. I feel the quality of the players are
So bad.
yes, very, very bad. I feel there are some players that shouldn't even Manchester United. Either they are not fit or they are not good enough. I feel
It's not like they're not fit, they're not good enough.
yeah, like a player like Kusho, I feel he's good enough, but he's not always
It's
fit.
not always fit.
So I don't know, Sha. But I feel United should actually be going into the transfer window. But I feel any top player who's going there is looking at going to a unsettled environment.
Yeah.
And
That's I don't want a certain Victor Osimhen.
yeah, to be going there because he looks like an environment he could flop to.
Yeah.
So why should he be going there? But I feel United should actually making improvements in defense. Because I feel they're going to be losing what's his name, Johnny Evans. Although Johnny Evans hasn't played in a very long while,
Johnny.
but he's sort of depth because
Yeah.
so when the defender got injured, he came in. So I feel he's looking maybe maybe they have Aiden Heaven actually coming in to sort of replace Johnny Evans. You will say because I feel Euro and Maguire,
Martinez.
yes, also Lisandro also is going to coming back. I feel yes, they don't actually need a defender. If you look at it, they don't actually need a centre back.
It's the left back position
yes,
that's actually been really.
and Dogu sign is a very laughable one. And that's the career and the Carreras was from the Manchester United Academy, and they let him go. And now he's going to be signing for big money for Real Madrid. Most likely going to be signing for big money for Real Madrid. So I feel it's a funny one, but I think you have signed the Dogu, you have to play with the Dogu.
Yeah.
And maybe Luke Shaw.
There's no going back.
Yeah, also maybe push a certain Luke Shaw there to sort of fit in sometimes.
I think Luke Shaw is actually going like nearing the end of his contract and all those things.
Yeah, but I feel a mini extension won't be bad.
Won't be bad.
He still has the quality.
You think they can really extend that? I think that's a trap because if they extend it and it goes,
injured again
for the whole season, that's actually a bad one for them.
But I feel with the quality he has is a risk they can take. I feel the right wing back. I feel there's been a whole lot of talk about if Diego Dallo really good, but I feel this season he has sort of shown. I've been thinking where is he even right now because in the last few years I've actually not seen him, so I don't know. So Diego Dallo, yes, he's good enough. Even Mazraoui can also make a stay for that position because I feel he's also very good. And in midfield, I think Ugarte as a DM signing is a signing you'll have to live with. Although I feel that Mainu and Co can actually cover up for that. Then yes, I feel Mainu and Co can actually cover up for that. Then attacking. Oh my god, I genuinely don't know what Højlund is still doing.
He's a WWE player. He likes to fight more than to score goals.
Exactly. He sort of looks like he's not interested in scoring goals. He sort of looks like he's more interested in doing some other things on the field. So yes, I don't know. I feel they should be doing better than Højlund. But my question is, which striker are we looking at? And say, okay, that's the team I want to go to.
Yeah, I was actually thinking Gyökeres will go there. But I think does not really believe in whatever it is going on there.
Actually I feel it's an unsettled environment. Yeah. And no one will actually go there. But if let's say
they just go for a young talent, somebody that's
the same issue they have with Højlund too.
I think they wanted to kind of like battle it out with Manchester City and go for a low budget and it really backfired.
Although we could not say maybe next season Zegzi could come up because Zegzi had flashes of a striker that you not like an out and out striker.
It looks like a backup striker or maybe like a first nine somebody like
yes.
Kind of. That's like the way he plays. It's not the way that going to carry the ball and just shoot from nowhere, something like that. Yeah, He's not an out and out number 9.
Yes, I just thought of number 9 that Manchester United could actually sign, and I think he's a player they should have been looking at for a very long while. Sherry Guirassy from the Dortmund side. Yes, I feel like I said, that's even on Oli Watkins. If you are looking at Premier League proven quality,
Oli Watkins is old though. It's old. I didn't even know it was that old. I didn't know it was
that old. I think it's 28 or 29.
Yeah, I think 29. But he's a late bloomer.
But I think I'll give you 5 good years. And
I think that's a big risk. I don't think any Manchester United fan will be happy with them signing him and be like, oh, we have a number 9, our problem and everything because I just don't think
he's not a statement sign. But can Manchester United make statement sign?
Like I said, they should just go for young talents, like hungry players, players that nobody really know about, and the pressure will not really be on them.
Yeah, maybe that. And also we have seen a whole lot of talk about Cunha. The
I
Cunha
think
signing
Cunha signing, yeah,
is sort of maybe close because I feel
yeah.
no club will actually pay a whole lot of money for a although you could say he carried
Wolves.
yes from where they were to where they are now.
Mm.
But I don't know. We have seen players from small teams go to bigger teams and sort of falter.
I think Cunha has that in him because kind of being the only player carrying that Wolves team, and
Yeah.
he can actually do a better
But
job.
I now think back to his Atletico Madrid career and he faltered poorly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that is another thing you could look at. That, oh, what if he now
I
ends
mean,
up
or maybe you
faltering?
can also say that because Atletico Madrid is kind of like a
A defensive
defensive
minded
side,
side.
side, so
Yeah.
you
So
cannot really.
but I feel any player going to Manchester is riding a risk that could easily go wrong. Because I feel it's an
Mm.
unsettled environment. And yes, I feel United are still a big club, but any player coming there will be riding the risks of having
Of what
reducing.
if or what
Yes,
next or what
yes,
what
all
what
those
could go
type of
wrong or what
things.
can so yeah, I think that's the end of the video. Thank you for
Yeah,
joining us here on me,
yeah,
and
it's been my
yeah,
pleasure.
it's really great to be back on the channel, and we promise to give you more updates on whatever it is that is going on in the transfer market. And when we say updates, we don't just say, we're not talking about rumors. We're going to be talking about confirmed
Official
deals,
listing.
because that thing is really like, it's really like a lot of headache to
Yeah,
start talking about rumors, and at the end of the day it actually ends up nowhere, and it's just going to be a dead end. So for that, that is the end. My name is Peace. I'm an Arsenal fan. Follow me.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a Barcelona fan. So we'll see more of us, and the other guys will be joining us later on. And so please make sure you stay tuned, you subscribe, you like, and you share. So take care, goodbye, and God bless.